Hey everybody, happy Friday, happy Facebook Friday. Whew, I just ran in the door. It's been one of those Fridays. I've been out in the 90-degree Tucson weather, running around, and I just wanted to rush home to get this ready for you guys, because actually Caitlin and I were texting back and forth. A lot of you guys know Caitlin. And I'm like, hey, can you get all the stuff out for making face masks? She said, let's do face masks today. Because it's one of my favorite things to do is, when I just need a relaxing night, I'll do like an Epsom salt bath, I'll do a face mask. Sometimes I put my face mask on before I get in the sauna in the morning. I have a really nice scrubby one. So I'm gonna share with you guys today some of my edible face masks, some of my favorite ones, because as you know, our skin eats whatever we put on it. So keep that in mind if you're still using weird chemical deodorants or weird face lotions that are not totally natural, or any kind of thing you're cleaning your house with. All of that stuff has an effect on our health. So we want to be sure that whatever we're putting on our skin, on our face, on our hands, like even when you're out washing your hands, if you're doing that a lot where you work, they don't have natural dish soap or hand soap, you might want to bring your own, because that can all affect our hormones and it can affect our moods. It can, in the long run, lead to all kinds of health challenges. So I want to do some shout outs. Hi Teresa, I saw that Matthias was here. I saw Chris Cowan. Hello everybody. Happy Friday. It's another great day here in Arizona. So before I get into my face mask recipes, I want to talk to you a little bit about my, those of you who haven't been following, I've been doing, for the last 9 weeks, I had posted a blog post on the 10 top ways to be superhuman, and I've gone through them all each week. They all get posted out to my YouTube channel, which is just Pure Joy Planet if you want to look that up. And then those are forever on there if you want to go back and watch them. But so today is health tip number 9 for being superhuman, and that is acupuncture. So after we've done all the right things with our water intake, and by the way, I kind of want to share with you my little fun water thing. So this I shared with you guys way back during February during the gem show. I bought this wand at the gem show, and it's actually glass with these specific gems in here. There's some crystals. I don't even remember the names of all the rocks, but they're designed for energy. So this morning before I left the house, I just charged this whole jar. I stuck a little MSM, which is methyl sulfonylmethane. It's a sulfur, which is good for hair, skin, nails, flexibility in your joints and in life. So I did that, and then I just left the wand in there for the whole day. And so it should be supercharged. And then when I drink my water, I always, as much as possible, try to avoid plastic. So I have a glass straw, and it has affirmations on it, and this one says, it got rubbed off, but I'm gonna say, I am grateful. That's what it says. Because I'm grateful for you guys, I'm grateful for my life, and I'm definitely grateful for water. When you live in the desert, you have to remember to drink water, and that goes for everybody. So I wanna give a shout out to our 30, I think up to almost 40 love campers that we have joined our love camp this season, this month. We are we're actually in week 1. So for those of you guys who are watching who are doing our love camp, we're having so much fun. Everybody's posting on our private Facebook page every day about the food they made, and they're making our famous now Pure Joy flatbread signature bread. That's all grain-free, just seeds and coconut. And anyway, we're all just kind of sharing, and so I want to just say hi to all you guys and let you know I love you, and I'm glad that you're part of our Pure Joy family now. We're just growing this community, this family. Okay, so I just want to share a little bit about community with you guys before I get into acupuncture. And the funny thing about the place I go for acupuncture, I went this morning. Part of the reason I haven't been home all day, I've just been doing stuff. But it's a co-op. So if you know what an acupuncture co-op is, there's about 20 chairs in the room, and they're all those Barca loungers that you can lounge on. And they've got this amazing thumping, not thumping, but kind of like that throbbing meditation music going, overtones with fan sounds. So even if someone's talking in the room quietly, you can't hear them, and you go in, they put your needles in, and you kind of go into this zone. So I'm going to talk a little bit about acupuncture. But that's community acupuncture. So we're all getting acupuncture together in a room. And it's just something about Tucson, there's a lot of community stuff here, but it just promotes community. So one of the reasons I really love doing what I do, including sharing with you guys on Facebook Live, we're all Facebook. And I am so grateful for Facebook because, people have ripped it here and there over the years. But in the end, Facebook's responsible for a lot of us staying connected, and for me to be able to be here with you guys, and for you to find me, and vice versa, I find you guys. And we're all like one community together, like this whole movement of health and well-being. Whether we all agree on every single topic doesn't even matter. It's like, where is my tribe? Where are my like-minded people? And one way we can find each other is here on Facebook, which I absolutely love. But when I went to Damanhur, Italy, which is a sacred community in Italy, near Turin, Italy, you fly into the Turin airport, and they have their own kind of spiritual sacred community there, and they actually even have their own monetary system. It's called Damanhur. Well, I was there for a week. I was actually catering it for someone named Mikhail King, if any of you guys know him. And he had brought this group there as like a spiritual week to go in the temples of humankind. If you ever want to look it up, just look up Damanhur, Damanhur in Italy. And you're going to be amazed at some of the artwork they've done. Like, this stuff is phenomenal. It's all underground temples, like all these rooms, and it's like brings you to tears when you're there. Well, while I was there, I had a lot of my own really deep, profound spiritual experiences. And one of the questions I asked to the oracle, they had one gathering, it was called that Gathering to the Oracle, and there was a woman sitting in front, and she was like the spiritual leader in white, silently, and I was right in front for whatever reason. We were all dressed in white, and I just energetically to ask the question, what's my next step? What am I supposed to be doing with my life? And the answer came flooding into me, and I get the chills whenever I think about this. Go home and create community. And the second one I got is bloom where you're planted, which to me means wherever you are is where you should be. It's like, I don't need to travel to Bali and halfway across the world to create community and create love and create what I'm doing. I can do it right here in North America. You know, that all the Americas feel like my home to me. I love going to Ecuador. I love going to Canada. I love being in the US. And it's such a beautiful land. Like, we are on such a beautiful land. So I'm just kind of being grateful today for you guys, for the land that we live on, for anything that we can find to be grateful for. Even when you're having a bad day, there's always something, like hydration. That's something to be grateful for. I was in traffic on the way here, and I was like grateful for my podcast that I was listening to. One of these days I'm going to do a Facebook Live and talk about some of my favorite podcasts, because there's a lot of great ones out there. But today I want to talk to you guys a little bit about acupuncture and what that is and why I love it so much. So acupuncture is under the guise of Chinese medicine. So it's an ancient tradition developed by the Chinese. And there's acupressure where they use, like, you've maybe gone and gotten those foot massages, like a Chinese foot massage, where they're actually sticking a chopstick into your feet, like twisting it, and people are screaming, and it's supposed to be good for you. So that's acupressure. And sometimes they'll do a massage and push on your trigger points and your pressure points, and that can be really healing. And acupuncture is where they actually use super fine needles. I mean, the needles are so fine, it's almost undetectable when it goes in your body, unless it's on like a pain point where, like, oh, my liver's inflamed, and they put it in the liver spot, and you're like, oh, and it hurts just for a minute. So acupuncture, actually, what it works with is the meridians of the body. So our body's broken down into different meridians. And if someone's out there watching that's into Chinese medicine, please forgive me for not having all the terms correct. I'm just talking in lay people's terms of kind of how I understand it. So what it is these meridians in our body, sometimes our chi, which is our life force, our energy, gets stuck. Just because there's not enough flow, maybe we've had so much stress. You know how your neck will get locked up, or your back will get locked up, or your joints start to stiffen, you feel all puffy and inflamed. Could be hormones, could be stress, could be just pollution or stinky thoughts. It could be so many different things. So when you go to acupuncture, what it does is you kind of tell them, hey, what's going on with you? And I'll be like, okay, I'm feeling like inflammation, or I'm feeling puffy, or I'm feeling whatever I'm feeling. Generally for me, I get just overall, I want to get balanced. And sometimes I'll say, I just need to work on my hormones right now. Like, I know my hormones are a little out of whack. Can't even just be that I'm feeling moody, like weepy, or just things like that. I know, oh, hormones are out of balance, got to go get fixed. So today when I was in there, I just said, I'm just kind of feeling like I have extra estrogen in my body. I kind of know what that feels like. I tend to get a little more like inflamed. And so she put the needles into all the places, and I laid there for 20, 30 minutes, I think 30. And you kind of fall asleep to this peaceful music, and you wake up and you feel like a whole new person, like really re-energized. And what it's doing is it's opening up your chi channels so things can flow through you. So some of the things that, like, if you're wondering, do I need acupuncture? Some of the things you can go for is if you have chronic neck pain, and I know chiropractic helps with that too, but that can only get you so far. Like, they can adjust you, but if your chi's not flowing and your life force isn't flowing through all your cells, then your neck's just going to keep going out, especially if you're still eating gluten and grains and acidic foods. I know for me, when I eat carbohydrates, like grains or anything, if I do it more than once, my neck will go out. Sure enough, you stop eating it, the neck goes back into alignment. So if you're having chronic neck pain or joint pain, you might want to consider first getting rid of grains, and then the next thing would be is to go and get you some acupuncture or some chiropractic. So muscle spasms and pain, chronic back problems and pain, headaches. If anybody has migraines, it's a great thing to do because migraines a lot of times are just stuck energy. Neck pain, and with all of this, I would say diet is related too, because a lot of these things can be related to inflammation in the body, which I've talked about before, like how to get rid of inflammation. Knee pain, some people get chronic knee pain. I was just watching the movie last night called Moldy, and it's a free movie. You can just go online and type in the word Moldy movie, and you can get access to the free movie. And they talked about in there how many people have been exposed to mold in their diet, and their legs stop working. So it's like people are like, oh, you know, there's nothing wrong with you, and then their legs stop working. So it's interesting how when we're exposed to toxins, and it could even be diet related if we're eating moldy food, and these things start to happen. So the first thing you want to do is start with your diet and just get like, clean up your diet, get rid of the inflammatories, and then acupuncture will work a lot better. Other things it's good for is allergies. So if you have like seasonal allergies, which tend to start up right about now with all this pollen flying around in the air, food allergies as well, or pet allergies. Usually when we have allergies like airborne or pet allergies, it's due to the fact that our system is so overloaded that it can't handle one more thing. So even just eliminating grains that are moldy or glutinous could eliminate that one thing that helps you not get the allergies. Does that make sense? So the more we're bombarding our system with like funky, like if you have, I was just listening to someone talking about that they got in an Uber and had one of those Christmas trees. I'm like, who puts those stinky things in cars anymore, especially in an Uber? But if you have one of those hanging in your car, or you have those plug-ins around your house, you think you're doing a good thing because it smells good. Guess what? That's contributing to your system overload. So if you're having any kind of health challenges, the first thing you want to do is get rid of any fake smells, like those candles that you light that smell like pine, but they're not real pine. The only oils and smells you want to use are essential oils, okay, like Young Living, or there's another one that's a big one, doTERRA. There's a few out there. I don't really have a strong opinion because I don't sell them, but I use Young Living because I love that company. But anyway, those are the things you want to use. You don't want to use these fake smells, fake candles. You go in someone's bathroom and your hands smell like this. I'd rather just use water and vinegar, honestly, than have to have that stinky soap smell on my hands. So think about those kind of things. Like, do you have stinky soap in your bathroom or in your shower? Are you using colored shampoo on your hair? A lot of layers is what's happening. We're layering on thing after thing after thing, and then we wonder why we're sick. You're like, oh, I'm eating organic. But like, what about all the stuff you're exposing your lungs to, and smells and lotions? Another thing that acupuncture really helps with is hormone balancing, which I mentioned, mood, depression, things like that. And you can't just go once and hope to have results. You want to go a few times. That's why I like our co-op, because it's kind of a sliding scale between $15 and $35 to go in there and get your whole treatment. So it's very affordable, so you can even go once a week for a while, or twice a week if you're really in a bad place. I just can't say enough good stuff about acupuncture because I've heard about it over the years. But I'll get to it. And then when I was here in Tucson, I realized they had such an inexpensive thing. Sometimes it's like, do I really want to pay $100 to go check out this thing that may or may not work? But when it's $15 to drop in, so find out if your city has acupuncture co-op. And next time you visit Tucson, just set up a few appointments and try it out while you're here. But it will take a couple times to start to notice results. Some people notice relief right away, and then other people it takes a little longer. The other thing it can help with is like if you're getting chemotherapy and you get that nausea, it can really help release the nauseousness with that. Any kind of like nausea that you have from pregnancy or other things. Anxiety, if you're someone who's very anxious or nervous, first thing you probably want to do is get off coffee, right? But the second thing you can do if that's not working is go and get some acupuncture. It just, it'll start getting you thinking differently about food because, whether you're paleo, vegetarian, gluten-free, or you have some kind of restrictions in your diet, acupuncture is just going to kind of lend you a new perspective on the food you're eating, because if it starts to work, then you can start to just notice like how your food is also affecting you. So it's kind of all of this is synergistic. I really believe in that whole body, mind, spirit balance. It's not just about the food. You've also got to work on your body, get massage, do your infrared sauna, which I'm going to get in my sauna one of these days and show you guys my sauna too. I have a super awesome infrared sauna here that I love to get in. I was in it this morning. Whenever I'm feeling out of balance, first thing I want to do is sweat it out, whether I want to hike or just get in my sauna for a half an hour. something to get that sweat moving. So anyway, that's kind of all I'm going to say about acupuncture. I think it's really worth checking out. It's super awesome. So I'm going to next get into a face mask, and I have a few little ingredients in front of me. Now, for anybody who's done my liver flush with me, or if you guys have done my online liver flush, or maybe one of you guys, like I know Matthias, you were in Bali and you did the liver flush with me there in person. We do all the face masks there. So every day during our 7-day, I think it was a 5-day juice and liver flush in Bali, and the one we do online is a 7-day one. We have you guys doing face masks. And my friend Blessing, she sometimes gets on here, she got so hooked on it. She loved the face mask. She's like, this is my new thing I'm going to be doing every day, because her skin felt so amazing. So there's a couple of things you can start with, and I want to keep it really simple. I want to kind of keep it food-based. So I'm going to start with my avocado-based one. So not all of them need to have a fat. So, okay, so here's a couple things about a face mask. One, it could be for if you want to like not put fat on your skin, but you want to like cleanse your skin. So that could be something like lemon or orange juice and honey. If you eat honey, or if you use honey, you could put honey in that. Or if you don't use honey, you could put something like aloe vera with it. And then those two together will make like a really nice kind of nourishing, but also it kind of cleanses your skin. So that could be like a mask you could start with. You can use something like witch hazel, or something really natural like apple cider vinegar with a little bit of mint oil or something in there, as a way to like do a cotton ball and just do an astringent on your skin. So something to kind of clean your skin first. And then after you've got your skin cleansed, you can do a couple things. You can do this one, which is kind of like an avocado berry mask, and I'm going to show you just a couple different variations. You can keep it super simple, or you can keep adding. So I'm just going to show you all the ingredients I have. So let me make sure you guys can see my board here. I think you can. I can't tell because there's a bunch of comments there. Thanks for commenting, you guys. Let me see. Maybe time to try again for energy blocks. Yeah. And then someone asked about, yeah, it's kind of hard to see all the things. They're rolling pretty quickly here. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get on this. Oh, someone asked earlier about incense. Incense is also a chemical, unless it's a natural, like I have a Palo Santo incense, which is just made just from the Palo Santo wood. But if it's like a Nag Champa, I know many people love that, but that's still generally kind of more chemically based, perfumey. It just depends on how sensitive you are. All right, so let me get this. I never put plastic over my avocado. I just leave it in the fridge unwrapped, and then I just cut a slice off, and then I have a perfect avocado. And I mean, you could blend that into your face mask. It's a little brown, but you could use that. So then I'm just gonna score it. And what I might do with this is I might blend it, because it's a little, this avocado is still a little bit firm. So it's funny because when we do our fasts, our cleanses, I always say to the people that are cleansing, now, I can see that my little thing's a little lower. Don't eat this, you know, so I always try and make it have one thing in it that's not gonna be tasty because they're fasting. So I don't want them like eating their face mask. So this is gonna call for, if you guys wanna write this down, half of an avocado. And this would make enough mask for like 5 days. So this keeps in your fridge. And then I'm gonna do, because I don't want the avocado to turn brown, and also citrus is really good. So this is from my friend Jeanette's tree, and I'm gonna grab a citrus juicer. This is kind of half lemon, half orange. Her trees are all kind of merging with each other. So juice of half a lemon or half of an orange. The orange is gonna taste super yummy. This is actually, doesn't look like I'm making a salad dressing. It could be a salad dressing. And then organic. So it's more important than ever to eat organic. Why? Because everything that's not organic is a toxic load on our body. So even on your face, you want to use organic. When you're buying body care, and body care can be expensive, so that's why this is great. This is a super cheap face mask. So far, that was 50 cents for the avocado. The orange was free. The berries were $4, so if I use like 6 of them, I mean, that's like maybe another 50 cents. So I'm up to like $1 for a face mask. And you know how much you pay in the store for them, right? So I put about, it looks like 10 berries. Okay, and you could use raspberry, but the blackberry, it's gonna be a pretty color, right? All right, so then I wanna put just a little bit of water in just to make sure it blends. And I'll use my lovely, this has a little MSM in it, so I'll use a little bit of my drinking water, maybe 2 tablespoons. And then I'm gonna blend it. And then after I'm done blending it, I'll just face it this way so you guys can see. After I'm done blending it, I'm going to add some clay into it, which is optional. But we'll just kind of look at the stages and see how it looks as we go. Grab a spatula. Yep, just turn it off for a second. It looks pretty good. Actually, it doesn't really need to be blended anymore. So look at that. It's like a really nice, smooth, kind of creamy face mask. And I'm going to blend it one more time just to make sure there's no seeds in it. So you can do this while you're watching a movie at night. Maybe put your feet in an Epsom salt bath. Have you guys ever done that? If you don't have a bathtub, like people are like, oh, I can't do Epsom salt because I don't have a bathtub. Not true. Just get a tub, like buy one of those cat litter boxes, honestly, those work, and use that. Don't use the same one you use for your cat, but have your own, and use that as a hot water bath. Like what I do is fill it with really hot water and put it in my living room when I'm watching a movie, and then I add a bunch of Epsom salt, like half a pound to that, and then for 30 minutes you're sitting there and you're soaking your feet, and that's actually pulling toxins out your feet. So while you're pulling the toxins out your feet, you can be putting the face mask on your body. So I love this time of year because this time of year, everybody's starting to just come out of their little hibernation and like ask about cleansing. I've got so many more people that are getting involved like with the love camp, and they want to do detoxes. They want to cleanse their colon and their livers. And so face masks are kind of part of that. You know, you're kind of ready to look beautiful again because you're going to be out more and doing stuff. So there's our mask. So what I'm going to do for that is I'm going to put some of that in a jar. Now, maybe by the time this is over, I'll put one of these on. I'm going to decide which one I want to put on. So far, for those of you guys who just joined, this is half of an avocado, about 10 berries, and a juice of half of a lemon or citrus of some kind, grapefruit, orange, lemon. And it's the perfect consistency. It's going to feel so good on your skin. It's going to have that, where's my lid? So these are little mason jars. You go to Ace Hardware and you can get these. And guess what? Perfect gift. Go over to someone's house that's on a cleanse or you don't know what to get them. I made you a face mask. And this will last in the fridge, like I said, for 5 days. So you could put this on either in the morning or at night, whenever you feel like it. You want to wash your face first just to get anything off. I'm getting it all over my shirt. So that's number one. And if anybody's wondering, yes, you can use blueberries or raspberries, or it has to be some kind of acidic fruit, but some kind of fruit in there. It's going to nourish your skin. There's a lot of vitamin C in that, which is awesome. So with the rest of this, what I'll do is kind of go to the next level, which is add a little bit of clay in. So this is our clay that we sell. It's called living clay. People actually eat this. So someone was asking me the other day, like, what do you do if you've got like Herxheimer's die-off from going on a candida cleanse, or heavy metal, someone got their fillings removed, what do you do? When I got my fillings removed, it was years ago when I first got into raw foods. It has to be now at least, so I got into it 20 years ago, so 18 years ago I probably got my fillings removed, and they didn't do a very good job, and I remember having that metal all over my tongue. Well, off and on over the years, I would taste heavy metal, my whole tongue would start tasting metallic, and I would use this clay. This is a form of this like earth clay. I was using bentonite, but this does the same thing. And I would take it, I would just stir it in water and drink it, and sure enough, within 5 minutes, the metal taste would go away. It would suck up those heavy metals. So if you're wondering how to get rid of heavy metals after you've gotten your fillings removed, even if they did it safely, this is something you can actually drink. People do this for detoxification, just to suck up if you've been exposed to food poisoning or chemicals, or you're not sure if you've been exposed to mold. This is the kind of good stuff that's going to help you. And I know I've talked about charcoal before too, but this is great. So this is our living clay. Some of it comes in powder form, and some of it comes like already mixed up in water. So this is the powder form. And so if you were going to drink it, you maybe do like a teaspoon and then mix that in like a cup of water and then just chug it down. It doesn't taste bad. It just tastes like really bland earth. So what I'll do in this is probably like half a spoonful into this mask that I already made. And what that's going to do is it's going to kind of thicken it, and it's going to be more like of a pulling mask. It's going to pull toxins out while it's nourishing you. So if you have anything on your skin, like you have oily skin or you have acne or something like that, this would be really good for that. And if you have like discoloring on your skin or something. The lemon in here will kind of help bleach your skin a little bit too if you have discoloring like age spots or freckles or anything. Putting a little citrus. You can leave this on for up to an hour, really. It's not going to hurt to leave it on. It might start to get a little dried out, so just play around with how much clay you want to put in there. But that can be another way to do your mask. And then the other thing I like to do in my masks is aloe vera, because I have it growing outside. So I think I've showed you guys how to do this before. You just cut both sides off, and then you cut around it, and you get that gel out. And what we do is we keep our aloe vera in the fridge, and this is just the pieces of gel, and it's soaking in water. I could have used that aloe water in my mask, but as you can see, I can put this into a goji lemonade. Oh, and goji berries would be another great thing in your mask. But just a couple pieces of that, and I can just blend that up and put it right in my face mask, which I think I'll do, because I think it's going to be like a super nutrient dense. I'll add a little bit of that aloe water. Can you see how the water is kind of slimy? So did you see that when I pulled it? Like it's kind of dripping. So this is going to be super awesome. Okay, one mistake I made, I don't know if I mentioned this before, but one night I had all this aloe skin and I was rubbing it all over my body, and then I went to bed and I couldn't sleep. I had to get up and take a shower because I could smell that aloe. Like, kind of gets like, it sounds weird, but it kind of smells like weird chicken or something. I don't know what it smells like, but it's kind of not the most pleasant smell. So you might want to rinse your skin if you put it on before you go to bed if it's a strong smelling one. But I'm going to put this mask back in the blender with that aloe and a little bit of the aloe water. Woo! Hello. All right, well now you can see my blender, right? I meant to do that. All right, so let's blend this baby up. So this is the final. See that? It's kind of cool looking. It got a little pinker with the aloe. So what I'll do now for just like my final, it's going to be a short Facebook Live today. I'm going to go ahead and put this on my face, and then I'm going to walk around the house with a face mask on. So like I said, this will last about 5 days in your fridge. So if you make too much, that's okay. You'll just have it waiting for you. And it's kind of pretty. I think I did a blueberry one once a long time ago, and I had a big bright blue face. Okay, so I have my little thing, and I can just look in the Facebook screen and while I do this. So dun dun dun, you want to get your hair out of the way, right? And then, oh, it's so pretty. Probably use a spoon because you don't want to stick your hands in there, because if you're going to keep it, let's see, I want to see the bowl of the good stuff and me. All right, so then just put it in your hand. This is how we did it in Bali. People would come up and we'd give them a handful. And you can also put cucumber on your eyes if you're going to lay there. It's almost the same color as my skin. Funny. So then you just put it on. It feels really good. It's nice and creamy and smooth. And it smells like berries and avocado. And I'm hungry, so it smells like I want to eat it. You can put it on your neck, put it on your face. Just don't put it too close to your eyes because the skin around your eyes is a little more sensitive. You can put it on your chest. Put it on your arms and your hands, anywhere, especially ladies, we always want to have those nice young looking hands. Put it anywhere that you want to have youthful appearance. So maybe get in the bathtub of it. Anyway, that's it for me today. I hope you guys make a face mask. And thanks for joining me. And I'll be next Friday. Oh, something fun to tell you guys. So I'm leaving for Optimum Health Institute on Monday. Or on Sunday, so I'm going to spend a week in San Diego doing a wheatgrass cleanse. I'm going to mainly be drinking green juice and doing wheatgrass, which you put in your eyes, your ears, your nose, do wheatgrass implants, you do everything. And so I'll be coming Facebook Live on Friday from there. So you guys, I'll show you the wheatgrass room and some stuff like that. So look forward to that. That'll be 4 o'clock next Friday. I'll be back from San Diego. And hopefully it won't be too weird walking around with all these people looking at me while I'm talking, but we'll make it work. So I love you guys. Thanks for joining, and I'll see you next Friday. Now I got to push the button with my goopy hand. Bye.